Hi guys, good night and welcome back to Be Untouchable the podcast. Welcome to Untouchable Studios, and tonight is a very special night, right? I say this because I have a very special guest. You know the saying, dance your yard before you dance abroad? Well, that's exactly what I'm doing tonight, because tonight I have my sister on the podcast. No, not my sister, my actual biological sister. Welcome to the podcast, none other than the CEO and founder of the Family Nurse Limited, Maria Balbosia-Davis. Maria, welcome.
Thank you, thank you.
It's a pleasure to have you here tonight.
And it's also a pleasure being here, honor being here as your first,
Very first guest.
on the
Yeah.
podcast.
Mhm. Right, so guys, this episode was actually supposed to be shot like 2 to 3 weeks ago. However, as you all know, we had carnival going on. We had all the bacchanal taking place. And unfortunately, after the celebrations, I got the carnival flu. So I was down for a while and we couldn't record. But nonetheless, we're here tonight and we have the one and only Maria Balbosia-Davis on the set. So we're going to dive right into it. So the first question is, what inspired you to start the Family Nurse Limited?
So my inspiration started many years ago. I mean, this year I would be making 25 years in nursing. So
Congratulations.
out of school into nursing, I mean, I love what I do. I love people, and people would usually come ask advice. Persons, especially maternity clients, would come, nurse, you could check and tell me how far am I dilating? Do I have to go to hospital? And we from a rural area,
Yeah,
and it would take us, more than an hour, maybe 2 hours to get to hospital.
exactly.
So it's a service that is needed. And because I would have persons reaching out to me, sometimes on my way home, they would wait, to get the service. I found it important to open the Family Nurse Limited.
That's great. That's good stuff. So I have a question to ask, right? Because you're a founder, you're a CEO of your very own business. Now, I know there are many persons looking on, right? They wanna begin on their journey of entrepreneurship. They wanna start this business. However, they allow fear to step in, and then they start asking questions like, what if this doesn't work out? What if this? What if that? And ultimately, it leads to them not even taking that first step, right? So I want to ask you, what was the scariest part of actually stepping into that role and founding your very own business?
The word that you use, fear, to be honest, I never had any fear when I thought about the idea of opening the Family Nurse Limited. Is because it's something I always wanted to do. It is, you could say, part of me, because out of school, I went straight into nursing, and I enjoy doing what I do up to this day. After 24 years, I tell people I don't like to hear people talking. I mean, we have good and bad in everything, eh?
Yeah.
We have good and bad in every institution
So true.
and in every profession. But I would not sit by and listen, people bad talk the profession. There are good nurses out there, nurses who work and they go beyond for their clients.
Definitely.
And I am one, because I love people. I love what I do. I treat them like people. I talk to them. Sometimes when you talk to a client and just talking with them, giving a ear, sometimes they feel better before even going to the doctor, to be honest.
Yeah.
Right? So once it is you have that love for people,
Mhm.
you tend to, it makes it easier to care for them.
Right.
And fear was never part of it, because I knew exactly what I wanted, and I was more excited,
Right. Okay.
more than anything else,
Mhm.
to work on the project of opening, this service,
Right.
and bringing it closer to home, so people would have a sense of,
Mhm.
they feel safe.
Right.
People know you in the industry for so long, they have that kind of confidence in you.
Right. They have capable hands.
Right?
Yeah.
And then after building your skill set for so many years, because we opened doors in 2022, November of 2022. Over the years, that is what I would have been doing, working alongside the best in the industry. I've worked in the public and the private sectors, and that has helped me to build my skill set so that I was confident enough, or I am confident enough to care for clients and provide the services that they need and bring it closer to home.
Okay, great, great. But I also have a question stemming from that, right? And that question is it should I use the word audacity in terms of what you did, or is it powered by passion? And let me explain. We come from a rural area, right? Deeds Road. And I'm not bashing Deeds Road. That's where I'm from. I love this place. I would never bash where I'm from. It gave me all the tools to thrive in life, right? But actually bringing medical professionals from to the top level to an area like Deeds Road is something that, for me, was difficult to even imagine. So now, I wasn't in the country when your company started, when your business started, but when I heard of it, I was like, this is huge, this is massive. To me, it was mind blowing, because being from a rural community, who would think that we could have professionals on that level being in our community? So I saw it as an audacious move. Would you say I'm correct in using that word, or is it just that you're so passionate about what you do that to you it was just another step on your journey?
So I would say again, yes, passion.
Passion.
And when something is to be, it will be. And when you have the right support, and persons who would be around you, your family members.
Right.
I would mention, my mom a day I would have heard her on a phone call telling a friend,
Yeah.
I never hear Maria come home a day and complain about work. And only then and there, it hit me that, but it's true, I don't come home and complain.
Yeah.
I didn't think about it until I heard us saying that,
Yeah.
And it's because really and truly, when you have a love for what you're doing, that is the response. And when you have people around you to support you, and I would also mention my husband, he as well would observe, and he say, Maria, you're really good at what you do, and
Right.
people come in and you really have to set up something, professional,
Yes.
to provide the services that you're giving.
Shout out to Mr. Davis.
Right? And those are the things that really helped, together with the passion, together with God being in the center.
Right.
Always putting him first. He would guide your steps, and what is to be will be,
Yeah.
And this is how I see it, passion, keeping that skill set, working, building on your skill set,
Right.
being involved, being current, right? Working again, like I say, with the best, right? Because you yourself want to provide the best you can for your clients. And I always believe in that, in giving
Yes.
your best and high quality and high standards. So I build a space, a safe space, I would like to call it, for clients when they come in.
Okay.
That they feel comfortable. They don't even feel that they're in a healthcare setting, because, I made it very luxurious.
Right.
A small place, but luxurious, because again, this is how I see it.
Right.
You treat people like people. You make them feel good about themselves.
Exactly.
Right? This is how it should be when you're providing care for persons. It shouldn't, make them feel worse than they already come in.
Exactly.
You try and you lift the spirits, and the environment have a lot to do with it.
Yeah.
I always say that. So I build on all those things. I built the business on all of those concepts.
Okay, totally understand. So guys, you heard that. It is powered by passion, it is powered by love, and it's all for the people, as you can hear. So right now, guys, we're going to head to our Sponsors Corner. Sponsors Corner is dedicated to the businesses that's keeping this podcast running, right? Guys, we're still Untouchable Studios, and we're still committed to our clients. And if you want to onboard with us and advertise your products, you are free to do so by sending me a message. All right, so we're going to head to the Sponsors Corner, and then we come back with some more with Maria Balbosa. Okay? Welcome back, guys. And now we get back into the questions with Maria Balbosa-Davis of the Family Nurse Limited. So, Maria, I heard that you also offer dance therapy, right? So, I would like for you to tell us a little bit about the dance therapy and how important is it, or what was the importance you saw in including movement and mental wellness into your business model?
Okay, so I would always remember when I started nursing school
Mm-hmm.
25 years ago. I also started to dance professionally at that time.
Right.
And, I have always liked dancing. So my mother would have taken me to dance class even as a child.
Yeah.
But I had
Always.
this love for Latin dancing. I don't know, maybe the Spanish blood, right?
Yeah.
The Balbosa, that's where it come in.
Right.
That I always had a love for that as a
Mm.
child. When the music play, I would just dance and dance and dance. And going off to nursing school was the first time I actually stayed away from home. We always grew up as a close-knit family.
Always.
And the transition wasn't easy. And dance helped to make it a little easier, a little more fun.
Right.
And it really helped me to cope and excel in nursing. And so I dance. I never stopped dancing, right? 3 children now, have a family and everything. And I said, you know what? This is another passion of mine. I see the benefits that I, benefited from dancing.
Right.
And see that other persons could also benefit from this, because it doesn't just provide you with this physical well-being, but it also help with them mentally.
Okay.
Right? And that's why I said I would incorporate dance therapy into the Family Nurse Limited. Now we have students, who's going to school. We have retirees, right? We have middle-aged persons.
Right.
And, they would express, their gratitude for this opportunity to come out every week, once for the week, at least an hour to dance.
Okay.
And they would always share, what this does for them, mentally, how relaxing it is, to come out and not just learn a step or two. It really does way more than that for them, and we also every year would keep a Christmas gala.
Right.
You would have been witness to that last December.
Yes, I was.
And we would have like a best dressed male, best dressed female, most consistent student, so it helps in building community.
Yeah, exactly.
And I have seen, the benefits, because everybody's dancing now.
Yeah.
So my 3 children dancing, one of them, the first one, he's actually the person who is teaching the classes. He is doing his degree in dance, Malik Davis.
That's wonderful.
Right?
Yeah.
Their grandmom dance, the auntie dancing.
Yeah.
We have neighbors in the community, persons outside of the community.
Yeah.
And it is really a wonderful thing in that it helps to a bond.
Okay.
To build bonds that really help persons on a daily basis. You never know what everybody, we have different stressors, things that come, but you must always make time for yourself to do something fun, something that you like.
Yeah, exactly.
Right? And
I think it's something you have to see to really understand or be in the presence of them. Because some people would hear about dance and they're like, it's just dancing, it's just dance. But I actually been a witness to this as well, because when I came to the gala last Christmas and I saw the wide bracket of persons, I'm talking from the young to the old, having a time, I felt the energy, I felt the presence, I saw that stress was being released, I saw that persons were bonding and having a good time. There was food, there was drinks. And when Malik took the mic and he addressed everyone and he gave his speech, everyone responded with, how beneficial this dance class was to them. And each and everyone had the same thing to say. It added value to their life. It relieved the stress, it gave them activities, it kept them active, it kept them moving. And that's why I say sometimes you hear about dance and you think it's just dance. but it's not just dance, it's building community. It's actually lifting persons, their spirits, their vibes, everything.
Yes, and
Yeah.
research has shown that
Mhm.
people who dance are actually happier people.
So it's backed by
Right?
science
It's
as well.
backed by science. And if you
Right.
look at persons who dance, you see
Yeah.
them, they look younger,
Mhm.
right? And they
Okay.
live longer.
Yeah.
You know,
Okay.
the research is there to follow. So I
Mhm.
see it as a perfect fit,
Right.
you know,
Okay. Okay.
dance in
Mhm.
this entire thing. And, again,
Mhm.
when something is to be, God just paved the way,
Okay.
to incorporate the things that I love and
Mhm.
the benefits that I see,
Mhm.
and to be able to have a space to share in all of them is really a blessing. I
Yes.
see it as a great blessing, and
Mhm.
to bring it closer to persons, because I would have gone to San Fernando,
Yeah.
sometimes even further, to dance. And many times I remember over the years when persons ask, Maria, where you from? And they hear Rio Clara, they will jump. They say, Maria, Rio Clara, where you coming
that
from?
far away.
You
Yeah.
know? So it's passion,
Mhm.
and they would wonder, but way
Mhm.
so
Mhm.
far. And I am just happy now to be able to bring that
Mhm.
to persons now in the area. So they don't have to make that distance,
Mhm.
and they would still get that quality. They will still get that experience, be able to dance and do something that they want. Like the retirees would sit down and tell me, even up to today, after
Yeah.
classes, how much this really mean to them.
Mhm.
It's something that they wanted to do all their life. And as soon as they see it advertised, they
Yeah.
hear it and they really thankful. And we
Okay.
encouraging other persons, to come out. Even if you feel you have two left foot, don't worry. It's
Right.
not about you learning a step and like you have a competition to go to. This
Yes.
is mainly about, keeping
Mhm.
fit,
Right.
wellness,
really.
meeting persons,
Okay.
communication, building community.
Okay.
And don't look at it as you come in and you have to know this step and you have to know that step. No, you're learning as you go along, but look at it as more of a healthy,
Okay.
lifestyle.
Okay.
Spending time doing something for yourself out of
Alright.
work and home. Work and home, this work and home cycle.
Yeah, break that routine
now
a bit.
we know how
Mhm.
stressful things could be,
Mhm.
and dance is a wonderful way to cope and to really express yourself.
Exactly. So that's wonderful. And guys, if you're wondering how you can be a part of the dance therapy, I will leave all the information for you in the description below. All right. And at the end of this episode, all the information and contact for Maria and the Family Nurse Limited will be left in the description. So we're not leaving you guys out, right? You could definitely be a part of it. All right. So I have another question for you. How has being a female CEO in the healthcare sector been for you? Did it pose any opposition, any challenges?
I would say no. In Trinidad and Tobago, I think it's understood, and it's evident that women has taken a lot of leadership positions, and the men support that.
Right.
The men support it. I would say that the persons I would have networked with for this company, once it is the boxes are checked, that is that of quality, that of qualifications,
Right.
a certain standard, those are the person I would choose to work with.
Okay, so there's a
And
criteria.
yes, and some of them are men, and I never met that any challenges in that area.
Okay.
Right?
Okay.
We work great as a team, and that is what we need. That is what we want, so that we could provide the best quality we can, the best quality, high quality care for our clients. Right?
Okay.
So we won't just talk it, but when persons come in, they experience that, and that is what matters the most.
Okay.
That is what matters to them. That is what matters to me. We don't have any issues when it comes to me being a woman and being the CEO of this company. It's
Okay.
about providing a service in an area that is in dire need of it.
Totally understand. So people first, regardless, right? And you would have your criteria. And once persons meet that criteria, then it's all good.
Yes.
All right. That's fair to say. And now we're going to move on to the other question, which is how has being from a family with big dreams influenced your journey?
I mean, it had a very, very great influence because I could say from day one on this journey of nursing, I've always had that support, and support is everything.
Great.
I had it from training to this day, you know, and I had to thank God for that, for family, for my siblings, for my mom, for my husband,
Yes.
being there from interview to this day,
Yeah.
right?
25 years later.
And 25 years later.
Yes.
And, we need people, even if it's not blood family, you need people around you that are positive, that will encourage you to go and, go after your dreams. Once it is good, once it is something good, they should be there to encourage you. I know sometimes you may have doubts, but never let fear, stop that. So
Right.
surround yourself with the right people. Surround yourself with people that will uplift you, people that will encourage you to be your best self, right? That is very important. And family, I would say, really played a great role in where I am today. And that is why I would say we get this name, the Family Nurse Limited, because, family is the basic unity,
Right.
the basic unit of society is the family.
Right.
And we finding, a breakdown in the family. This is where the problem starts, when you break that unit. And that is why this service is way more than just medical, way more than just nursing. But we provide a holistic care,
Right.
right? To help families to thrive in times more than ever now.
Yes.
People need the support, We have people reaching out sometimes. Mothers may reach out concerning a daughter or a son needing some guidance. And, it's really a blessing to be able to aid and to help where necessary, where I can. And like I said, we are a major referral hub. So cases where persons need to be referred, we would do that if we see the need to, right? So that family unit, I know what it did for me, what it continues to do for me, right? Building and to build an empire is really good to have people that loves you and there to support you. So this business is here to help with other families, to build and to thrive and to really be successful in whichever angle it is, be it physically, mentally, even spiritually. I would always say that is a very, very important aspect.
Yes, definitely, because families are the cornerstone of society, right? So we need to take care of the families as well. So guys, we're going to take you to the UHM, which is the Untouchable Honorable Mention. That is where we highlight persons who are not on the podcast, but they are worthy of our mention. And tonight, our mention goes to Okay, so welcome back. And right now, we only have 2 more questions. I know you guys wish we could go whole night, but unfortunately, Maria has places to be, and so do I. So, at what point did you realize the Family Nurse Limited was having an impact?
I would say, because of confidentiality clause, we can't go deep into it. But when a client comes in and you give the right counsel, after years of experience, like years of building on your skill set and being able to identify things, because you're actually involved in healthcare on a daily basis. There are some things that as soon as somebody start talking to you, hey, this is a red flag.
Yeah.
This person needs to go like as soon as possible to get the care that they need. And I would remember advising a client, doing the vital signs and advising and saying, you know what? And not to scare them, But I was stern enough and I said, listen, you need to go and get this done, and you need to go now, right? This is very important. Please promise me that you will go and do this, because at the end of the day, I said we would refer, because there's not everything that according to how severe or how serious the issue is, we could provide that care. Eventually, I know with God's blessings, we would be able to do more.
Right.
But at least once you have the right counsel, you could still move and refer, and only to realize the individual really went in and they had to ward this individual. And the person couldn't wait to get back to me. Had a neighbor come to tell me to call them, please, urgently, only to say thank you. Because the person called and asked that so is in hospital, and this it's only then and there when I call, and that individual said, you know what, Nurse Davis, thanks so much. If you know what happened, if I didn't go when you told me to go, right now my family would have been, I wouldn't be here now.
Wow.
And that individual was so grateful. He just couldn't, I guess he saw the seriousness of what it was, and only if he didn't have the advice, he didn't have somebody who experienced. Training, we like to put everything on our gas pin, right? But to see that, hey, you actually saved my life by telling me the importance of going and seeking this help now, and that in itself showed me that what we are doing here is, is really a blessing to the community.
Yes.
It's really a blessing for me, because you must feel good to know that you're actually saving life. It's a life you're talking about here. We're not talking about people. We're not talking about an object. We're talking about people.
Yes.
And that says something, because this business is actually doing what I want. That is needed, something that is life-saving. And that individual has changes a lot of things since, life has improved, because, they see the importance, of making certain lifestyle changes.
Yes.
Right? Even my maternity clients, once you're my client, I would always follow up. And that's another plus with coming at the Family Nurse Limited. We would always check up, right?
Okay.
So you don't have to be sick to come.
Right.
We look at you had the care that you need, right? You see a doctor, you needed an ultrasound, you needed to get blood works done, right? Like I say, we would network with persons and we would get things done. Follow up is something I do. So I would call, I would message, how are you? Okay, this is what you're doing.
Good. Make sure
this is what you should be doing.
Right.
So that in itself, even clients, they might be going through a rough time. Sometimes people, you as a healthcare professional, think that take it for granted.
No.
Something you might think so simple. No, they don't know, and they really need to talk to people who have the experience, not just a neighbor or a friend.
Right.
Talk to professionals, persons who had the training, persons who are qualified to answer your questions, right? And again, when clients say to you, thanks so much, for the guidance, thanks so much for the service, that really stands out, and really show me, well, yes, this is it.
Yes.
And we will continue to work on providing even more services. We're looking at different things that people are asking for, and we're looking to expand. Right?
Yes.
Different areas, especially concerning mental health, because I always say there is no mental health. That is being male or female. We providing a space for everyone, a safe space that is. Right? So when you come to us, you know that, hey, these are professionals. I am in good hands.
Yes.
And we are here for you. We are here,
Yeah.
whatever it is. You let us know, and we would tend to that. So
Right.
there's no doubt the Family Nurse Limited,
Mm.
it was meant to be,
Yeah, it was.
and we would continue to grow stronger,
Mhm.
right? And continue to even go bigger,
Yes,
God's willing.
definitely. And I had a personal experience as well with the family nurse where something happened to me, right? I'm an athletic person. I'm always playing sports and that type of stuff. It happened in a really untimely manner. So something happened to me and I had to fly out of the country the following day, right? Well, I went to the hospital and due to the long lines and all these different things, I couldn't see the doctor, right? And if I didn't see the doctor, I couldn't fly out and I had to go the following day. And that's when I had to go to the family nurse. Not that it was actually the first resort. However, when it happened, I was just closer to that health facility. So I went there and I went to the family nurse and I was treated and I was able to board my flight the following day, which would not have been possible if not for that service that you provided, right? So I see the importance as well, and I'm sure there's a lot of persons out there who see the importance of this business. All right, guys. So as you know, the name of this podcast is Be Untouchable, right? And when we say be untouchable, we mean it's a mindset. It's all about overcoming all the harsh realities of life and pushing positivity because we don't want negativity to overpower everything, right? We're not doing that over here. So with that being said, I would like to ask you, Maria, what does being untouchable mean to you?
Being untouchable to me is to know God, to have a personal relationship with Him. That's the creator of all things under the sun.
Mm-hmm.
Then and there, the word, we would speak the word untouchable.
Untouchable.
Because
Mhm.
once it is you have that direct link to the person who is responsible for each and every one of us, for each and
Right.
everything under the sun,
Mhm.
for even the boss of all bosses,
Right.
is the Almighty. And I always say that having a relationship with Him has made me the person I am today. Again, if it is God and you're really grounded and you're obedient and you try to live a life that is pleasing to Him, none of us are perfect, right? But you would come to understand that He is the King of all kings. And once you have a direct line to the King, who you need to have a direct line with again.
Right. Exactly.
You're linked directly to the source.
Direct link.
He is in charge of everything and everyone.
Mhm.
He gives us life, and He has given me the strength to build on my skill set,
Right.
right? To be who I am today.
Mhm.
And I know that because I put Him first,
Mhm.
He has had to materialize what it is today, what this business is today, and what it would be in the future.
Mhm.
And through Jesus Christ,
Right.
yes, we would say you can be untouchable.
All right. So there you have it, guys. You heard it directly from Maria, who is the founder and CEO of the Family Nurse Limited. So Maria, it was a pleasure having you here.
Yes,
Tonight?
it was a pleasure being here. And I would like to say, what you're doing here, this initiative is very one that is empowering. It's nice to see, you do something positive. We have so much negativity in the world today.
Too much.
And I believe that this podcast,
Mhm.
when you reach out to me, this podcast is really a great idea, right? And it would help to lift spirits. It would help us to realize that, yes, we are doing something good, something uplifting for persons in our communities.
Yes.
And I would like that you continue the great work you are doing,
Mhm.
right?
Okay.
Yes, keep it up. Very
Alright.
good.
Thank you very much. And on behalf of Untouchable Sound System, I just want to say, applaud you. We respect what you do. We love what you do. We love you. And I also want to take this opportunity to say a big thank you to all the healthcare workers across Trinidad and Tobago. It doesn't matter what role you play in healthcare. We are sending a massive thank you to each and every one of you. And we hope that everything works out good. You are doing a fantastic job and keep reaching for better. This is where we wrap up the Be Untouchable podcast. Remember, it's all about highlighting persons, celebrating impact, and in the world where you could be anything, be resilient, be
Be
untouchable.
untouchable.
See you in the next one.